following podcast is recorded and produced by Emerge, a media creators co-op, in affiliation with the network at bicbp-radio.com.
All right, what's going on, guys? We're here. Welcome to Pacemaker.
Made it.
I'm Dennis.
I'm Bobby. Finally made it. Feels good to be here.
Yeah, this is sick, dude. I'm glad that we finally got around to doing this.
Let's get it, man. Let's do it.
So the reason being behind why we are Pacemaker and the whole reason behind the name is because of my grandfather, Papa Ducky. I love you, Papa. I know you're going to be watching this. He had a pacemaker since I've been born, and it's just kind of an homage to him. And I mean, he's my role model. You know what I mean? He taught me how to be a gentleman.
Shout out, Papa.
So, that's that. The setup of the show, man. How we're gonna run this thing is basically we're gonna have 4 segments. We're gonna have Smell the O's, Loganberry language, Wing, and Blue Cheese, and we'll get into all that on like how it works and the rundown of everything. And our mission basically is just to build a community around what we love and what's true to Buffalo, just trying to find those people that are the right fit and what represent Buffalo in the best way, I think, right?
Yeah, no doubt. Just try to, incorporate them into what we're talking about, kind of put them on, give them a little voice. A lot of those guys are, and women, shout out to the women.
Yeah, shout out to all the women.
They're doing great for themselves, so we're really excited to kind of, get them on here, let them show their face and kind of talk about their stories too, so. It's a nice thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And we want to, as time goes on, we want to build community integration. You know what I mean? Yeah. Do polls, have people, write questions in, maybe different segments. We want it to be really community driven. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Kind of let them speak their mind.
Yeah,
on what they want, what they want to see, what they want to talk about.
And put us on to stuff.
Yeah.
Things that we don't know about, brands that are upcoming that you guys think that they deserve to have some light shed on them. But yeah, you want to ready to get into it? Let's do it. All right, dude, man. Smell the O's. Basically, it's going to be the reason behind Smell the O's. Everyone knows that at a certain time when you're walking around Buffalo, you obviously smell the O's. It smells like Cheerios. That's all you smell. That's all you smell. It's a beautiful thing. At least it doesn't smell like, the dump here in Niagara Falls sometimes. Occasionally. I love it here. I'm both Niagara Falls born and raised, but you know what I mean? A little bit better. A little bit better of a smell. The reason being, we're going to, kick right off to it is, it's all about kind of what we're going through, things that, we've experienced that we want to talk about, hot takes, shooting the shit. The thing that we really want to talk about is your surprise birthday party.
Yeah.
Dude, talk about it. What was your thoughts? We did it with Chef Redbeard. Shout out.
Shout out Chef Redbeard. It was a beautiful night. It was orchestrated really well. Let's just say I had no idea what was going on.
No, not even in the slightest.
So my girlfriend put on a wonderful, beautiful night with all my friends and family. She took me to Chef Redbeard's kitchen in downtown Buffalo. We got there, and off the bat I'm like, she hasn't told me what we're doing all day. So in my head I'm like, what's going on? We get there, I see the chef. I'm like, okay, this girl got us a private dinner. This is sick.
Yeah.
Couldn't imagine spending my birthday any other way. But she's like, nah, keep walking. So I get inside. We walk into this beautiful atrium full of lights.
The vestibule.
Vestibule. Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, I like that term a lot better. Yeah. So I get in there. I'm just a little confused. Out of nowhere, I just hear surprise. I see my parents there, all my friends, my best friends are there, showing love. So it was just it had me off guard. But it was a beautiful moment and something I'll never forget.
Should we roll the video?
Yeah, absolutely, Rich.
So sick inside.
So awesome.
Oh my God, it was absolutely beautiful.
Beautiful scenery. They did such a good job with the setup. The food was delicious. Chef did 3 courses.
Surprise!
Yeah, totally
What was that
off
feeling
guard.
like, dude?
Man, it's just like, I
was
don't
my
even know
first-
how to feel right now. I felt like I was in a dream.
It was my first time doing a legitimate surprise party.
Yeah, shout out to everyone for being there, though. It was just great memories. We had the drinks flowing.
Oh, the drinks were definitely
Food was
flowing.
delicious, man. I don't know how Chef does it, but geez, forget about it. Cold ravioli.
Cold ravioli.
Are you
Hang
kidding
on,
me?
Actually,
Oh my gosh.
let me pull out this menu that he had.
Yeah, they even had a little menu printout on all the plates and stuff. It was great. It was great. I'm still kind of like can't imagine it being real, but
So the first course that you had, it was the fresh pasta, honey nut squash, pork belly lardoons with regatta, pomegranate, and pumpkin seeds. It was my first time having cold
Crazy combo.
The first time having cold ravioli.
combo.
And now I don't know if I'm uncultured. I'm 100% Italian. I'm not uncultured when it comes to pasta. I'm gonna let you
This
guys
guy's
know
a
that
chef
right now.
himself.
But cold pasta, cold ravioli is something different, dude. Have you ever had something like that, Rich?
I think I've eaten a lot of different types of Italian food. So I'm listening to what were the ingredients again?
We got so it's fresh pasta, honey nut squash, pork belly lardoons, regatta, pomegranate, and pumpkin seeds.
that's what tied it in right there. The lardoons, that pork. It was like that nice salty like
and having like
add-on.
that smokiness.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it was cold and sweet.
Yeah,
but like
you
that.
had but it was a little tart. Like wasn't too sweet from
Yeah.
like the honey nut squash, but like oh my god, and it was cold.
It just tied in together so well.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
What else?
Then the second course you had the black Angus steak, cast iron seared sirloin fillet, black garlic demi glaze, whipped Yukon Gold potatoes, and with heirloom carrots. Again, a phenomenal dish.
Crazy.
And he just grilled it to perfection. It was amazing. He had actually me and another girl at your party, Benny's girlfriend Leah. We
Yep.
both.
Shout out, Leah.
Yeah, shout out Leah. We're both dairy free, and he accommodated
Yeah.
it all to us, which
Yeah.
is amazing. And for the first time, like being dairy free, allergic to lactose, like being able to eat something and completely just not worry about it, it was incredible. I practically licked the fucking plate clean. Like it was just so good.
No, yeah, he really showed out. He catered to like everybody being there, and I think everyone really enjoyed the time.
And like the fact of like I liked how he came out for every dish, explained
Yeah.
why he made it, where it
Yeah.
came from, what
A true
ingredients
chef.
he was using. Yeah, it was incredible.
True
And
chef.
and honestly, it felt like home. You know what I mean? It didn't feel like we were doing
Yeah.
something out of the ordinary. It
Yeah.
kind of just felt like we were at someone's house. Like he just kind of took care of us and
Yeah.
really welcomed us in.
Yeah, it was super real.
And I would love to do that again.
I think next time we do that, we got to go infused.
Oh, Jesus.
You know?
Yeah, like the first time at the event, at the 420 event when he
Yeah.
was doing infused
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, because we were actually at an event with him beforehand, and it was with Blazy Susan. Right?
Yeah,
Was it with Blazy Susan?
Yeah, Blazy Susan. They had an event at OSB in Buffalo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that bar, and it was a nice.
They had like infused pizza. They had desserts.
Yeah, there was infused sweets.
They had flour there.
Yeah,
like-
and for the first time they let you smoke inside of a bar,
Yeah.
which was crazy.
Yeah, all around dope experience.
Yeah, and that's how you met him, and you got that impression that you were like, I need something.
Gotta
with
do
him.
something
Yeah, and
with
that's
him.
that's definitely where Grace got that idea,
Yeah,
and she
yeah.
was just like, she definitely executed it
She
very
did
well.
an amazing job.
I don't think I've ever seen
Nobody slipped up.
you. No,
Like,
all 20 of us.
It
no
was
one slipped
curated
up.
so well. Like it just felt like a dream.
It was a
But-
really nice mixture of people there too. We had your
Yeah.
parents, like we also had like our friends.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It was
family. My
nice to-
sister was there. Best friends were there. So it was a
your
great
cousin Matt
experience.
and Amanda. It was
Yep.
nice. It was
Dom.
nice. It felt like holiday. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it felt
Yeah.
like we were just all together, and it was nice. It was
Shout out to
really
the
nice.
fam. It was great.
Absolutely, and it's like, her taking care of you. You know what I mean? Like, and her putting forth that effort, it kind of shows like. Like she's caring about you. She's showing like that's like almost like women chivalry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like we've talked about
She's
this.
as real as they come, man.
Yeah,
Like,
dude, and-
it's hard to find people like that nowadays. Not only just women, but anybody.
Shout out to like.
Shout out
let's
to
just
all
be
the
honest.
women.
Yeah, like
you know,
yeah, because like let's
men
be
ain't-
honest.
men ain't shit.
Yeah, like
But,
I feel like nowadays like women get a lot of backlash, but I feel like it's on all the dudes out there. Like when's the last time one of you bums you're splitting a 50-50 with your Applebee's. You know what I mean? You just leave with your girl. You bought her
Took her
dollar.
to the B's,
yeah,
bro.
you took her to the B's. $1 daiquiris. You tell her to 50-50 the bill.
Shaking my head.
And
Shame
then
on
you don't open the door for her when you're going outside.
Shame
And
on
then
you.
you're expecting to sleep with her. Guys, just open the
You guys need
fucking
some
car
help.
door.
You
Just
guys need a
open the
little
car
help.
door. Walk on the side of traffic. Don't let her close to traffic. It's the little things.
I have to say, I'm really glad that I'm old, because like dating in your generation
It's
seems to
god-awful.
be
Oh
the
my God.
worst thing ever.
It's so hard to find someone
It's
genuine.
crazy. Like
And
it's
when you do,
and
you
it's
gotta hold it
social
down.
media has made it like crazy in terms of the way like you have to meet somebody, and it's just the stuff like it's funny like and obviously I know a lot of younger people from my years of teaching, and it's just crazy how hard it is to have relationships now.
Absolutely.
No, it really is, man. I mean, like if you find that one, and they got all those values that you look for, and
You
just
find the right
you got
morals.
to do the right thing in life. That's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
I feel like a lot of people our age nowadays are looking for the wrong things.
Yeah, and you get culture shocked by genuine people, which is the scary part. You know what I mean? Like you shouldn't by any means. Yeah, absolutely. By the way, shout out to Hartman's.
Shout out Uncle Hart's.
Shout out to Uncle Hardy's, one of our
looking a little
favorite.
thirsty
It's
over
the
there.
best bar in Buffalo. It's just hands down the best bar in Buffalo.
Great bar, great distillery.
We go out there all the time.
Yeah, let's get that freshie out there.
No, that stuff is really good.
We've had
you
we're all
refills?
sipping
No,
on
it's
it.
really good. I mean, like it's you don't.
It's so pure.
Yeah, like it doesn't taste like. It's not like. I'm funny about like a lot of local beers and stuff that get because a lot of local beers and stuff that get brewed like they're just trying too hard.
Yeah.
I feel like so
Like look at
many
we did
breweries-
this and we hops and all this crazy
Yeah,
ass
they're-
shit,
they're all
but it's not
competition.
drinkable. Like it's
Yeah.
you want like where this you could just sit and drink this and you'd be like.
It's not too strong. There's
It's not
a little
just you
bite
could
to
you could
it,
just
but
you could sit on the couch and have a glass. You could have it with a meal. Like
It's nice.
to me, that's what I want from like. I don't want to have to go crazy making a mixed drink, and
Yeah,
I
and
don't
with
want
all
to be a
the sugars and
mixologist.
stuff,
and-
that's
you
what-
could easily throw like ginger ale or Sprite in here, but,
yeah, if
like,
you want to
that's-
bring it down a little bit, but I mean, but
don't need it.
but you almost don't need to.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, you
everything's bourbon now, and a lot of these bourbons you just can't drink them without having like a background in how to mix the damn thing.
Yeah,
you know.
Absolutely.
yeah,
So
no, I
no,
hear
good.
that. Me usually
call.
like if I'm drinking, I'm not a big drinker, but if I do sip, I like a nice cold Peroni.
Yeah, absolutely.
From our
Yeah, our bar at Hen House.
bar.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout
shout out
Hen
Henderson.
House. Shout out Hen
We
House.
love Hen House.
Yeah.
I almost wore the shirt, but I don't
Best
have
fried
it. I don't have
chicken.
it on.
Hands down the best
Yeah,
fried
yeah,
chicken
no
in
one-
Western
no
New York.
one's
It's
got
not even
nothing on.
close. You're just not.
Shout out
Sorry.
Hen House, Hurdle Avenue, Main Street.
There's just so
Tonawanda.
many good restaurants in Buffalo now.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
crazy. It's like an
15 years
overflow.
ago there weren't like 8.
Yeah.
Now there's 8 on the same street. You know,
Yeah.
it's just crazy.
that's
now.
the scene nowadays too. I feel like that's
Yeah,
just
I feel like it's also like people's attention span. They can't just stay at one spot. They need a bunch of other spots. They need to just
people like to
constantly
go
hop.
out.
Yeah,
They like to
move.
hop around,
Yeah.
find new spots.
Yeah,
Actually, like after the birthday party, we went to Streetlight.
We went to Streetlight
New bar
Brasserie.
in,
Yeah.
downtown. It was
Yeah, the place is
beautiful
really
in
nice,
there.
right across the street from the electric tower. Super beautiful.
What's that one called?
It's called Streetlight Brasserie.
Okay.
Yeah, which is Brasserie. I'm pretty sure is a French word for bra.
Yeah.
So it's like
Brasserie?
Streetlight bra. Yeah.
Was
I'm
it
not
small?
familiar
Just a
with that.
small little place?
No,
That's
not
pretty
really.
big.
They
It's
got
pretty
2
decent.
bars in there.
Yeah, they have 2 bars, front and back. There's a lot
There's
of
so many new ones popping up. Like I had a friend of mine that's in town for the holiday, so I took her out to dinner. Went to Bacchus on Chippewa, and it's just like it's really good. It's always good, and it's not super expensive. Like you can have for $100 you can have a really nice meal with someone, and it's just nice. Like
That's
it's
not bad.
there's just so many, and it's not like it was. We kind of went on purpose during the Bills game because I knew it wouldn't be busy.
Yeah.
And it was just nice because that's the first time I've ever been to that place, and it wasn't just packed.
I've only been to Bacchus, I think, twice, and it was for a birthday, and it was phenomenal.
Where's
But there's this. It's right on Chippewa.
It's right across the street from the Cowboy.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
it's on that
Yeah,
same.
yeah.
It's
Everything's
it's
so tightly
across. It's
compacted.
across from
Across from
Cowboy.
Cowboy.
It's right
Yeah,
across
yeah.
the street from Cowboy.
Off the corner.
I feel like I miss a lot over there because everything is so like
And
close
like how many
together.
times are you down there when you're
True.
not going out? You
True.
know what I mean? Like
True. Yeah, but Streetlight was really sick. They have
Where's
a
Streetlight?
really nice setup. What street is that on?
see, I'm not good with the
It's-
streets on there, but it is across the street from the
It's not
electric
Nailtown,
tower,
is it? It's
right
not-
where Fridays
Oh,
is.
okay.
off on
Yeah.
Main Street.
Yeah.
Super nice.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Very
in there.
velvet, a lot of velvet.
Oh,
Lot
you
of
know, I
velvet
was
shit.
thinking of
Lot of
side.
velvet,
I was thinking of
bright
like
colors.
Sidecar. That's,
Yeah, there's
that's
a-
the one I'm thinking of. That's in
Yeah,
Allentown.
there's Sidecar.
Uh-huh.
That's like
Yeah.
by like OSB and Mr. Chow's.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Masudo.
yeah.
Masudo.
Mr.
Masudo
Chow.
Chow's.
Shout out Mr. Chow's. We love it there. But yeah, no, Streetlight was sick. They had a double bar, and they have soundproof or booths. What is it?
Yeah, like soundproof booths. It was kind of
like
crazy.
Lean back so
You
you
lean
can
back.
actually have a conversation with somebody. in
Yeah,
there
and
if
you
it's
don't have
too
to like
loud.
yell at each other.
Yeah,
It was weird. Very
Yeah.
weird.
it was not, but it was sick though. You know, a couple, my best friends
Weird
came
in a
out
good
with us
way.
after the party. You know, a few of us kind of split up or whatever, but a bunch of us ended up going to Streetlight, and my boy Pat, shout out Pat, got us a couple bottles of champagne. So we had a great time there.
Yeah, it was a super
Yeah,
good night.
no, it
and-
was chill vibes.
yeah, and it was just great being with everybody and enjoying you, bro.
Yeah.
Enjoying you.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll never forget it.
So now we're gonna move on to Loganberry language. Reason behind Loganberry, everyone knows Loganberry's Buffalo. If you don't like it, you're not Buffalo.
No.
It's like if you got ranch with
Crystal
your fucking
Beach.
chicken wings. It's
Anyone.
Loganberry. Like you're drinking Loganberry, you're having blue cheese with your wings, unless you're dairy free.
Unless you're Dennis.
unless you're me.
Fucking asshole.
Fuck.
Can't even eat blue cheese.
Yeah, I'm a bastardized Italian because I can't have fucking anything
should be
dairy.
decided.
Whatever.
No, I'm just joking. We love you.
So Loganberry language, we're gonna have a guest on each podcast. Obviously, we're not gonna have one here today because it's our first one. We're kind of just introducing you guys to us and our team and
Let you guys hang out with the boys for a little
yeah,
bit.
and just kind of just get to know each other, kind of get our feet wet. But I mean, we could go around and talk about some of the brands we have hanging up here right now.
Yeah, we got some stuff displayed here. A few of the big guests we want to have on the pod. We'll start with GMarie.
Girl's got a grip on the game.
Yeah, she's doing a great
She's
thing
got a
for
grip
herself.
on the game.
But over here, I don't know if we get that in the shop, but we got the Buffalo V-necks, fresh out of production. This is one of the more popular colorways of it she dropped. They're selling out pretty quick, but you guys can find this on her website at shopgmarie.com.
Quality's crazy.
Quality
You got the
is
chenille
amazing.
print. You got heavyweight cotton. Yeah? Maybe
I
a
wanna
mixture.
Say, yeah.
Who knows?
It might be a mixture, but
I
no,
don't
this-
make clothes, but it's nice.
This stuff right here, man, great quality. It'll keep you warm in the winter. You guys know it gets pretty chilly here in Buffalo.
And she goes away with the traditional. You know what I mean? It's not just Bill's colorway. She's got that. She's got the baby blue one next to it, and she also has a chocolate one, which we don't have here.
Yeah, the brown one's sick.
Wow.
We'll have it for
If
you
you
guys
guys
in,
like
in a later
mocha.
pod. But
That's like taking everybody by storm.
Also,
it's kind of like a Travis Scott wave. Everyone likes brown now.
Yeah.
Everyone wears brown.
yeah,
Everyone likes
the mocha's
neutral.
hot.
Yeah, the mocha's hot.
Mocha's
and it looks good.
I like it.
I bought
you know?
shit.
I
jump on
like the
waves.
mocha. I'm more of like a dark color kind of guy. But also shout out Just Dishing. They helped out with the production on these V-necks, and they collab with GMarie pretty often, so they're doing a great thing. But shout out GMarie. She'll be on the pod eventually. We'd like to get her to talk about her startup and a bunch of great things that she's doing. But moving on here, we got
My man Austin
my man
Guyett.
Austin Guyett.
Come on.
By a guy.
Another dude that has an absolute grip on the game.
Grip on the game. Dude's doing fashion shows, traveling all over the place, dropping that fire. So we just got to.
And just a really good human being. Like,
Yeah.
just a very good person, down to earth, super humble. They both are. Like, honestly,
Super genuine
and you're going to
people,
see
man.
that with all of our guests that we're going to have. They're all great people. Not only do they make
Pretty
great product, but they're just genuine good people. And we want to support that because it's hard to find good people nowadays.
Word.
He's got a couple hats in the background, stuff like that. Shout out to my boy Noah. He just started like a new pen for like hats. Super cool. I wasn't like real big into pins for hats, but he made like
Pretty sick.
the You Can't See Me pin for John Cena. It's got all his 3 titles on it. Super cool. So shout out to Noah. It's his first piece. Hopefully we'll see a lot more in the future, so that'll be super cool. But like that's kind of going to be the vibe of Loganberry language, is that we're going to get to know the person, the creator, anybody really who wants to come on and just talk and just hang out with
just
us.
Shoot the shit,
and,
give some knowledge, kind of talk about their experiences and things that are working for them,
and we'll have some quick speed questions that'll be like a fun round to do with them, just kind of like breaking down who they are as a character and who they are as a person, and just kind of feel the vibe, because we're also going to be, the next segment's called Wing, and we'll be rating wings from different restaurants across Buffalo, Niagara, all over, anywhere that
Western New York,
anywhere that serves wings, we're gonna give it a shot. And it's kind of gonna be like, not to bite it off of Dave, but I'm gonna bite it off of Dave. It's like one
Dave,
bite.
we're just gonna twist it up a little bit.
We're just twisting it up, Dave.
We're from
it's
Buffalo, so
shit.
we get that luxury.
Sorry,
Dave.
Yeah, so we're not doing one bite. Everyone knows the rules. Because come on, I'm not biting you off that hard, Dave. Like, Jesus, we're gonna go off of like a 1 to 10 scale. Crispness, taste, sauce, coatability, flavor. We're gonna shout out the local restaurant. We're not gonna bash nobody. We're here to have a good time.
Yeah, we're here to support everybody.
If your wing shit though, I'm gonna tell you your wing shit, but
not,
out of love,
holding
respectfully, because sometimes you just get a bad order. You know what I mean? Like,
it happens.
Sometimes you get a bad to go, and
we
that's
can't
just
have that
what
rep out
happens.
here though, man. We got the best wings around, so we got to stick to our names over here and
it's drums
be on
only.
top of it.
It's drums only.
Yeah,
Rich,
we don't
Rich,
do
are you
those
a drum
flat
or a
shit.
flat? Are you a flatter?
Don't say it,
oh,
Rich.
Oh God, Rich.
Don't say it.
I like wings.
Okay.
Rich,
Rich,
you like
I would
flats.
prefer flats.
You're a flatter.
But I'm never throwing I'm not throwing a drum out. I'm eating all the wings.
Okay, so why are you a flatter? Why do you
all the
prefer
wings
the
you
flat
said.
over the drum then? We got to break it down. We got to get into the nitty gritty.
If we're talking,
I like that fucking
I'm wondering.
the crispy bullshit that's on the drum.
I don't know. I think I just.
You know what I mean?
the ligament,
I don't think I have. I really don't think I have a preference. As long because we order wings at our house all the time, and I just go in and I just grab whatever the first thing comes out of the styrofoam container.
enough.
So I'm not I don't have oh no, I'm only
I'm a
I don't
drum
have
slut.
I'm not there's certain I don't want to go. It's funny because I'm a pretty straight up traditional guy. I know everybody's like, oh, you got to go here because they got like a rub and all this shit on the chicken wing. I'm like, that's great, but I just want hot wings
chicken wing.
that are.
That's
great.
another.
I don't need once in a while, sure. But
Yeah.
I don't. Just give me do them right. Keep it simple
Just
and
the
do it. I'm
specialty
a simple
sauces.
man.
You don't need the specialty
I know,
sauces.
what's the big one? They got a spot in East Aurora, and they got one in Clarence, I think.
Yeah,
Barbell.
Yeah, it's gonna be a hot take.
And Barbell's really good, by the
Barbell's
way.
good,
I did some video production work for their place out in Rochester. They opened up
Oh, really?
a really nice restaurant out in Rochester, right on 104. And I was working for a production company that did their technical installations, and it's really, really, really good. I love their stuff, but I also, if I was just going there on a Tuesday, I'm probably just gonna get can I just have the regular hots? I don't.
Yeah,
fair enough.
And I think that's what we're gonna go by. Is
If they're good, I guess it doesn't matter.
We got wings here. We're obviously gonna review them today, but we're going with medium unless they're known for a different flavor that's not a traditional sauce.
I feel like I'll just tell you guys what we're testing out today. It's Judi's Bar and Grill.
Yeah, shout
on
out
Military
Judi's
Road
Lounge.
in Niagara
You know what I
Falls.
mean?
Shout out Judi's. Their food's fire. It's a great establishment.
Their food has been consistently good for 30 years.
Mm-hmm. They don't miss. That's why they're still around.
And that's Judi's Lounge on 2057 Military Road in Niagara Falls, New York. And they've been pumping out good shit for a while. And honestly, it's just it's just one of those local family bars you just walk into, you feel comfortable. You know what I mean?
It's a good vibe all around.
And they have a bunch of different stuff other than just wings and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But you want to try them out? We'll give them a little test right now.
Yeah, we'll try them out. I feel like in the past when I've had Judi's, I don't think I've ever had their medium wings.
Now, this is the biggest enemy for wings, as we all know, like it is for pizza. Kind of, rubberizes the wings a little bit. We'll take that into consideration. We're not at the restaurant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been sitting in the box for a little bit, but hey.
It's been smelling the room up. That's just been
I've
smelling
just
great.
been thinking about them this whole time.
You want to grab Rich one, too?
Yeah, let's see here.
Or just give him the box?
Yeah.
He's grabbing a flat, though. Unbelievable. This guy's a flatter. It's okay.
Someone's got to eat the flats.
It's okay. Someone does have to eat
Right,
the flats.
right, because someone's going to have to eat the flats, so it might as well be me, because then
as well
there'll
be Rich.
And there'll be more left over at
And
the
I don't
end.
got hate against no flatters. I'm just saying.
Unfortunately for Rich, there's only 2 flats, so.
Did he put them all drums in there? Well, I did say, give me all drums.
Oh, wait, Dennis, you can't have that. Sorry. That'll be for Rich and I.
Yeah, guys, I can't have fucking blue cheese. All
What,
right,
you
go
want-
ahead.
you want
Roast
the
me in
blue-
the comments. Yeah,
want the
no,
blue
I'll
Rich?
throw up. Yeah, I don't shit my pants. I
I'm good
throw
for
up.
You good?
So,
Yeah.
sorry if that's TMI, but you're going to
See,
get to know me
like,
real well.
That right there, that's how you eat a wing. You can't do that with a flat. I'm sorry.
See, now, super traditional, looking good. Got good crisp.
I'll let you let that set in for a second. Last time I was at Judy's, I think I got the Loganberry barbecue.
Loganberry Chipotle.
Loganberry Chipotle, is that it?
Loganberry Chipotle from fucking Judy's. It's amazing.
Wow.
It's really good. Now,
All right,
I don't know if this is known. If we're letting this known. Sorry, Judy's, if this isn't known. Something different with Judy's and a lot of other places is that they use ketchup in their hot sauce. Coatability. You know what I mean? A little bit different of a flavor. You can kind of taste it once you think about it. You know what I mean? But that is something that they do a little bit.
That's interesting to think about.
You got to make sure you clean the wing.
Their sauce has always been a sweeter sauce, which makes sense with the ketchup,
Yeah.
because there's a lot of sugar in
Yeah.
ketchup.
No,
And as a
it's
proud
really
Italian,
good.
you know how we are about sugar and sauce.
Jesus Christ.
Why do people do that?
I've never understood it. I don't know why people want sugar in their sauce. I feel like it's an easier way to get heartburn.
No
I
matter
might-
what.
think
I
it-
might
I just
sound
think
like
it
an
ruins the
85-year-old
sauce.
man, but I think it's terrible. Or if like
A lot
someone's
of
like,
places do that around here.
if someone says if they say, "Oh, I prefer sweet sauce on pizza," I can't even hear you. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to listen. Like that's too much. bro.
Shout out Pizza Oven, the only place with sweet sauce.
Pizza Hut on Pizza Oven on Niagara Street is the only place I could get away with.
Even though you guys are only open like 3 days a year,
Yeah,
I love you guys so much.
and they pick the weirdest times.
That's just like a childhood memory unlocked every single time.
All right, Rich, what do you think? What are we giving it? 1 out of 10. What are we feeling? Because we're gonna average these scores together, and that's how we're gonna get our score.
I'm an easy grader.
You're giving me a rounded score.
I'm gonna
Rich?
probably I'm gonna say like Judy's for me is a 7.
7. Okay, rounded score at a 7. Rich is at a 7. What do we got, Bob? What are we feeling?
I don't know, because I'm a big barbecue guy, but I feel like if I'm getting medium, mild, hot, like, I don't know, it's tough for me to say. I'm not big on the medium wings, but they taste delicious. I think the crispiness is there, the coatability's there. Maybe could use a little bit more flavor. I like that tanginess
I do like the tangy
in my wing,
Yeah.
you know. I like that little bite to it.
Yeah, instead
but,
of sweet. Thank you, Rich.
sweet. Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it.
I don't know. I love you, Judy. So I'm gonna go 8.
Ooh, solid 8.
I think a solid 8's fair. I've definitely had better from there. But yeah, I think 8 is fair.
8 is fair.
8 is fair.
I'm gonna say, if we're considering what would we say, 6, 7's average,
I'd say
and I think the
anything
average
below 7's a little
much, right?
little
It's below average.
yeah, below average.
I think Judy's is like I would say the standard. I would say the standard.
Maybe
of
if
wings,
we
you know
reviewed them
what I mean?
again next time and we got a different.
Got a different sauce. I'm gonna give Judy's a 7-2 right off the bat. 7-2,
Fair enough.
and
Mark it in the books.
that is a 7-4. Judy's 7-4. I think that's a respectable score. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
A little above average.
Yeah.
Not an 8. Not a 7.5. But definitely a little bit above
They're
average.
definitely working with something. Judy's has got it going on.
And listen, if you're out here Niagara Falls way, I think it's one of the best wings probably in the area.
You definitely can't go wrong. We're just being a little critiques.
Yeah, you got to.
Well, you know, the one thing I will say about Judy's is that I like to go to Judy's.
Absolutely.
Like 'cause
That's
there's-
the experience.
And I don't
within
and I don't
itself.
actually get the wings at Judy's a lot. I
get
like
the
their
beef on wick?
burgers. I like their burgers.
Oh, you
Really?
like the burgers?
Their cheeseburgers have been good for years.
Yeah.
So I have always been like one of my favorite places to get a cheeseburger. So if I go there, and it's funny because when I went there back in the day, like on a regular basis, probably like your age, like the place was just beat, you know. And then now it's got a nice dining room, and it's like, and I like the front still because the front still is reminiscent of what it was like back in the day, with just concrete floors and everything. And, but now you got the nice room in the back. And
That back room's new, right? That's like
yeah.
a new extension.
That room was always there, but they never used it.
Okay.
And
It's
then
like
they
for
just,
catering?
I don't think back then it was just like storage. I don't think it was anything. And then they eventually put the nice fireplace. So it's a nice place to go. And to be honest, one of the things I like about Judi's too is, like you said, it's a family location. And there's people you'll see in there all the time, and they're always very friendly.
Yeah.
And like it's always busy, so it's
always
always a great, you know, like it's just always a good place to go. Like I have one friend, and that's like we always go to Judi's.
Yeah,
It's just,
it's
I
a
think
good
that's
hang.
like, so if you're coming to the falls, like
Yeah,
it's nice to have those places that you can just go
Exactly.
to and just you're always gonna, you know what you're gonna get too.
Yeah,
you know,
it's reliable.
right? You know,
Yeah.
you're not gonna be like, I wonder who's in the kitchen today.
Right.
Where I appreciate that for Judi's. I know I'm always gonna.
Which suffers for a lot of places, I think, is that definitely that having the chef. Like,
Yeah, one
what
guy
chef?
leaves.
Yeah,
one
and you're
guy
like,
leaves and the place
fuck,
is done.
these
Right, it
wings
falls
suck.
to shit. You know,
It's like, what just happened? You know, these wings aren't even cooked.
yeah.
It's like,
no,
no.
Judi's is
It's
definitely
consistent.
it's a good place to like take people from out of town. You know, like they want to try the buffalo wings because you can get wings all over.
Don't bring them to the typical spots. Don't bring them to the typical. I'm such a proponent on not bringing them to the typical spots. And I know we talked about it earlier, and I have a hot take towards Barbell. I think Barbell is great. I think it's a little overrated. I think it's like super commercialized.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like there's some dive spots and local spots that are
100%.
that are better that I think that don't have that grasp that they have. You know what I mean?
They got
like
the name.
the advertising, they have the social media, they have a lot of things that are backing them. But I feel like that's our job. You know what I mean? We're gonna uncover a lot of spots that are gonna battle Barbell, and I think eventually we will try places like Barbell, Anchor Bar, Duff's, those,
Wing nuts.
yeah, Wing nuts,
Shout out Wing Nuts.
which I hear. Shout out Wing Nuts
We had them last year on my birthday at Uncle Hart's.
at Uncle Hart's in the Barrel Room. Shout out the Barrel Room.
Shout out
that
the
place
Barrel
is
Room.
crazy.
Just shout out Hartman's.
Shout out Hartman's
to
in
its
general.
entirety.
That place is crazy. You guys know how to consistently hold events and hold a good nightlife. I never feel worried. I'm not like it never feels like something's gonna go on. Like
No.
it's just if they contain it really well. They
Music
got good
is
security.
always banging.
The DJs are fire.
Banging.
They're great. Like
You want to have a good night, go to Hartman's.
You go to Hartman's.
That's simple.
You go to Hartman's. Don't you know what I mean?
You don't even
Don't
gotta think twice
overthink
about
it.
it.
Don't overthink it.
No.
So we're gonna go. So shout out to Judi's, 7-4.
7-4, not bad.
And you know what? We might revisit Judi's.
I say next time we switch up the flavors. a
Maybe
little
we
bit.
switch up the flavors,
Yeah.
do something that they're a little bit known for, and maybe
Yeah.
steer away from the traditional medium that we're gonna keep going. But as time goes on, we'll test out different spots. Shout out to Brickyard because we're gonna get the house rub on here because I think the house rub is phenomenal.
Forget
There's
about
nothing.
it.
There's it's not even close. But
I like that.
our last segment of the show, it's called Blue Cheese. Now, Blue Cheese is like what we got on, our stories, reasons behind the cop. Like we're both
Give
wearing.
me the blue cheese.
Give me the blue cheese. We're both.
Dennis can't have blue cheese.
Yeah, I still can't have fucking blue cheese, guys.
There's no dairy-free blue cheese.
There's
for you out there?
alternatives.
Imagine going to buy dairy-free blue cheese.
Like they don't make
Go
a
ahead.
they
Go
don't make
ahead.
they don't
Go
make blue
ahead,
cheese with like
motherfucker. Shout out. We need Rudy's to make something.
they gotta make a blue
Belize.
cheese with like cashew milk or something, right?
Oh,
like
God,
almond
cashew-
butter.
Listen, I'm
There's
gonna
got to
be
be a way to
What's
do
all
it,
the
right?
bullshit
Rich,
that they
I'm
gotta
gonna be
put in
honest.
it though? You
Cashew milk though tastes like chalk. Okay,
know? Yeah,
like
fuck that.
Cashew milk also.
Drink it out of the tea.
You should just if you were gonna drink cashew milk. Here's my piece of advice for cashew milk. Drink the cashew milk
Don't.
in the bathroom because you will be in the bathroom like within 4 minutes for like an hour because it will make you pee.
Tear you up.
We like because we all started we were trying to get away from dairy at my house and we all started drinking cashew milk. And it was just like no, it was almond milk first, and almond milk just like it just literally like just get an extra chair and just hang out in the bathroom because you will just be peeing for like an hour and a half.
I was doing that for a while. I don't know why I was like going through a weird phase. Like I didn't want to drink milk or like fuck with dairy so much. I don't know what was going on. But then I went
Some
to
of us don't have a choice.
Yeah. Well,
There's a lot of people that when you're younger, like dairy is obviously, that's the thing you give little kids. And but a lot of people are, like it's not good for them once they kind of mature.
yeah.
And they don't realize it. They don't realize they have, like mac and cheese or something, or they have ice cream, and they don't realize why the next day or 6
you
hours
feel
later,
like
their stomach
shit.
feels like shit. They're sluggish and everything, and a lot of it's just they probably have their bodies just don't like once you're an adult, you just don't digest the dairy very well.
Right.
And more people are recognizing that than
Yeah,
like say
that's
20
true.
or 20 years ago.
It
A lot of
makes me
people
think,
like
too,
have,
like-
most everybody in my house can't have dairy.
Yeah.
I
So
feel like do you think that's ever an Italian thing?
I don't.
Like, I mean,
I
let's
just
be
feel like
honest,
lately-
we're Mediterranean. Like, what are we dealing with besides maybe goat's milk, goat's cheese?
Yeah. I mean,
I
don't
just
know.
think- I
feel
think
like
that-
the
You
diets
got
nowadays,
yeah, I
like
don't know.
every
There's
like
a
the
lot of
shit.
The
that
conspiracy
everybody's
side of
eating,
me
it's like-
feels like it's just they've pushed this narrative that like milk does the body good, and that and the milk
just a
mustache
bunch
and all
of
that
bullshit.
crap.
Right.
Because
Strong
like
bones, healthy
there's a
body.
lot of dairy farmers in America. Like it's a
Yeah.
big American thing. So I feel like we pushed the narrative where I think more and more people are recognizing there's other substitutes. Like so we just use cashew milk or almond
Yeah.
milk in our house
Yeah,
for
there's-
cereal.
And I don't know what's
you
the
know.
best thing for
And
us,
honestly,
but it's like
Upstate Farms makes lactose-free milk, and it's just milk without the lactose. And that's my dad. Shout out to my dad. I love you, Dad. But
Big
you are a
Dad.
strict Italian, and you don't like shit like that. You don't like anything other than regular milk, so that's what we have to have in the house.
Was he drinking like whole milk? Like
No, and he doesn't even really drink it.
You know what it's
Like,
all
he doesn't
about?
Even really he's strict about it. He's
the
like, what-
raw milk.
and he thinks I'm lying. You think I'm lying, Dad. You think I'm lying and like it's all like a fucking like it's a fake, like a facade. Like he's like, you sure you
there are
can't?
definitely a lot of people that don't buy the crap that people are allergic
You
to
just ate
milk.
fucking 4 slices of pizza,
And your
Dennis.
cousin, like I'm saying, your
What
cousin
the
Zach.
fuck are you talking about?
Your cousin Zach, if he has too much dairy, he's gonna regret it in the morning.
See,
I'm
the
telling
thing
you.
is that like also,
and Maria too, my wife, like your cousin,
Yeah.
she's gonna be like, she's gonna be nauseous. It's gonna make her sick.
and like TMI, like if I just shit, I would eat it, but I throw up violently.
Yeah.
Like I can't get.
Yeah,
into
it does make it makes a lot of people. It
It's
makes them
terrible.
sick.
And I feel like it's
They'll get
never-
home from dinner
It was
or
never
wherever it
always
is.
like this.
Yeah.
It progressively happened. over
I don't know
time.
if it's the preservatives or whatever they put in it, or I don't know, or just I think more and more people just are they've lost their tolerance to it for whatever
Yeah,
reason.
well, that's what I was like trying to say earlier. Maybe like with all the shit they got in the food nowadays, like we don't really know what's best for us. You kind of just like go with the flow on how you feel about shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, we were just talking about it
Some
last
things
night
work well
together.
with
I mean,
others
we're 24 years. Well, you're 25 now, but 24 years old, and we get heartburn like we're fucking old
It's
men.
fucking crazy.
We get heartburn all
Oh,
the
dude,
time.
I can't.
Jesus
I could eat a
Christ.
fucking
I keep Tums on me. Them
handful of
Rolaids
cashews
are
and
on
I'm
me.
burping my ass
I'm a
off.
fat kid at heart. We eat. We like eating, and every time it's like I feel like I get heartburn.
I
more
just
and
can't
more
escape it.
these days.
Shout out baking soda and water because if I didn't have baking soda and water, I don't know what I would do.
That's such an old school recipe.
Such an old school rep.
Oh,
That is,
man.
it's like, yeah, you don't need to buy
Fuck.
like a thing at the store. Just use
Oh,
baking
fuck the
soda.
Tums.
And
man.
honestly, like the old school remedies are the best, and we talked about this before. And Rich, I feel like you would agree with us. Is that I think that you guys came from old school teaching. Like I think that your generation came from old school. The majority of you guys came from old school teaching, and then the people that were raised in our generation are more new school. But the people that had that old school, new school hybrid
In the household.
in the household, I
Yeah.
think created the best generation ever. Like,
yeah.
it's
It's the best of both
We come
worlds.
from super old school families, but we have that new school element. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like we were allowed to do things that our parents weren't allowed to do, but we still knew that. You know
Right,
what I mean? Like we
right.
knew that we were lucky to be able to do that,
Be a
and they
part
could.
of that.
Yeah, and I think that they produced the best, and that might be me biased, but like I
They
think that,
sacrificed a lot for us to be able to do what we want.
yeah, and I feel like that the people that didn't implement all of the old school and kept and they did old school and new school, and they just didn't do all old school or they did all new school, like they hybrid it and they made great people. Like I feel like we see both sides really well.
Well, the people that
Yeah.
that hopefully will be watching the show that don't know me, I was a public high school teacher in Niagara Falls for 31 years, and when I
Best-
retired,
best
that's
class
why I
all
opened
day.
this business. Sorry.
Best class I had all day.
I appreciate that. It was a good time, and And I decided to open up this business when I retired because I wanted a place for young people to come and because I really do. One thing I really say, like, I'm super excited to see what your generation does. Like, just these guys, you know, your generation is like 20 to 30.
Yeah.
I feel like you guys have like such a you guys have such a different outlook in terms of everything, and I really have learned so much talking to, you know, my former high school students that are now adults and trying to, you know, make their way, and I really enjoy like your perspective on everything, the types of houses you want to buy, and the types of relationships you want to have, and how you want to travel, and just the experiences, but also your thoughts on what a job should be like and loyalty to your employer and all that stuff is just so different, like from my generation, like the guys that are in their 50s, you know, like you just get a job and work there for 30 years and be miserable like your dad was, you know, like, and where you guys are like, no, like there's more to the world. And I just really am excited to see, I really truly am to see like how like this country changes when your generation really gets the chance to be in charge. Like, because I feel like my generation blew it, like in so many ways, and you guys are paying the price for that. Like, so I'm really excited. I really truly am, and that's like cool for me to be doing this because I do get to to continue to interact with your generation, which is a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, that's a great take on it. I feel like you guys didn't blow it because you did.
I was just gonna
set
say
up
this.
like a lot of.
Yeah, you set up our generation. So like in a selfless way, you almost set up us.
Yeah, because it's like you
like,
gave us those sacrifices for us to be able to realize, like, okay, there's more to life than just settling for this job, or like you got to be here and do this.
I think one thing that taught us a
there's
lot is
nothing
like,
that's written yet.
You work to live. You don't live to work.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You go to work so that it can provide you a life that you want. Like, I feel like people get caught up in the work and they get caught up in the
Life's
career.
hard, man.
Life's
like,
hard.
There's a lot
Enjoy
of stuff
yourself.
to juggle. You gotta enjoy yourself the best way you can.
Life is just all about enjoying the passage of time.
I feel like doing shit like this, like you just can't, you can't beat like
Good conversation.
what's going on, you know,
and just
good
interest.
combos, talking about what's happening.
Food,
you know?
clothes.
Are you kidding me?
Consumerism. We love it. We're Americans.
I am
we love
consumed.
It. We love it. I'm consumed. But we're consumed by good people, and that's what we want to do.
Yeah, so shout out our parents and, you know, all the
and everything that they've brought
all
to
the
us
folks
and the upbringing that we've been raised with. Because I feel like we're the unicorns in the generation. Because there's not a lot of us, but the ones that there are, I think that we're holding it strong.
Yeah, and the grandparents too, man. Like,
Yeah, a lot of us. Like, I mean, I know your Uncle Duck.
Yeah.
Like literally the coolest dude ever.
He's
like,
great.
You know, like
He taught me how to be a gentleman.
Yeah, like I mean, he was at my wedding, you know, obviously because we're related, and
Yeah, if you guys didn't know yet, me and Rich are related.
Like,
They're related.
He's there. He's dancing at our wedding. Like he's ripping up the fly. I've been married for 29 years, so this is obviously he was in his prime, and but he, you know, but like one of my like ex-girlfriends that I was friends with was at the wedding, and she was a ballroom dancer. And she saw your grandpa. She saw your grandpa there, and she's like, she went and danced with him because she said, like, men don't dance like that anymore. Yeah. And they were like tearing up the floor, and it was just like, and he's just that dude. Like, and that generation, like my sons were immensely, you know, incredibly close to their grandfather, and.
I feel like it's because they also been through so much.
You know, it's funny. I think like your generation also definitely benefited from, like, I think you said it, like access to your grandparents, because a lot of like my parents' generation, their fathers and mothers were like just never really cared. They loved their grandchildren, but they didn't know how to interact with them.
Yeah.
Where like you guys, your grandparents were probably at your soccer, football, hockey games, or they showed up at things where like my grandparents like. They went to Florida for 6 months a year. Like you never saw them. Like they were, you know, doing their thing. Where, you know, like I think your generation, you're lucky enough to have a lot more access to your grandparents.
And they were more involved.
They were like another set of parents and just an influence on you. And like I know my kids definitely benefit from relationship. With
I mean, every Friday, my parents used to work at Gagster's restaurant. Shout out to Gagster's, and still running strong. But I mean, when my parents used to work there Friday through Sunday. I used to go to my papa's every Friday, and I mean, we would.
Yeah,
do
you just
everything.
get that one-on-one time with them. I mean,
He would have me singing karaoke at 6, 7 years old,
freaking
singing
awesome.
Mac the Knife. You know what I mean? You don't know about all that, okay? You don't know about all
young
that.
Italian
Yeah,
American,
like Rat
right
Pack,
there.
like you were singing it. I'm
Come
singing
on,
it.
I feel like
and he's videotaping on an old video camera. That's from,
He's got technology, man. That
Oh,
guy,
he
that guy's got all.
loves
OG.
Yeah.
I know he has it because we talked about it one time. Like that guy, like how old is Doc?
Oh Jesus, yeah.
83,
37. So 3, right? 30,
He's in his
84.
84.
Yeah,
Wow.
84.
God bless him.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that
Shout
guy
out Papa
has
Doc.
like, you can like go to that guy's house, I expect, and you can see like all the history of technology.
Everything.
Like he's probably got track. I know he's got 8-track.
He's got 8-track. He's got the old.
He's got like
the
reel to
old
reel,
cinema.
like 8-track recording, not like an 8-track you would stick into your car.
He's
Like
got-
8-track audio recording, like
Yeah.
those reels.
Yeah.
Then and I know he has like everything.
Yes.
He's got everything. He's got movie projectors and he's got all that stuff. And I'm like, dude, don't ever sell that stuff
Don't
because I'll
get
buy
rid
it
of
all
it
for
ever.
you.
When
Yeah.
I was sitting down in his
That's
basement
gold.
and we were going over old video movies, and he's pulling out these old reels and he's putting them manually on this old movie projector, and he's just playing through all these old things, and he's like, I want to convert these so bad. I'm like, Papa, don't. Like, just keep it the
Just
way
leave
it
'em
is.
how
Like,
they are.
honestly, it shows the time period. It's like, it's so sacred.
Mm-hmm.
Like that whole, like, yeah, you are right, Rich.
Yeah.
He has the whole evolution of every bit of technology,
Which is so sick.
and he's got the huge camera that goes on the
your
shoulder, that
shoulder.
you put a whole
Right.
VHS,
VHS.
like VHS,
Yeah.
VHS,
yeah.
Yep.
And it plays off a whole VHS. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, that stuff.
Dude,
you just-
grandparents always got the cool little hidden gems. My grandparents used to have.
and they always want to watch it.
organ.
And they always want to go through old memories. And I think
Dude,
that's just something
always.
that's beautiful about memories and storytelling, is that, like, you get to relive it. And I think it's so vivid. Like, my papa is he's so blessed with memory that he has long-term memory, and just going through these old things and like these old conversations, and it's just so beautiful to see it. And like that, the reason why this is called Pacemaker, if you couldn't tell, he is my role model. He is the one who taught me everything that's good. Like, that generation's just amazing. They've been through it all. They went through the Depression. They went through I mean, my papa was dirt poor. You know what I mean? Like, and now he has 3 closets full on Seneca Avenue. Like, and he's like, I have too many clothes.
Right.
He's 85 years old.
Right. It's a
He's got
beautiful
tags
thing.
on
Come full
clothes.
circle
that's-
like that.
yeah,
And share it with your
absolutely.
grandkids. No, it's a beautiful thing. Shout out to the grandparents, providing the beautiful memories, always having the cool little gadgets.
But to reel it back in, to go back on the segment Blue Cheese, where we kind of talk about what we're wearing, what we have, like why we wore it, why it's significant to us. And Bobby, if you want to start, like, you got this dope piece on, this
let's get
custom
into
piece.
it. This was a gift here. This is a little GMarie boho basement collab. The little flannel.
Shout out to
For
Boho
the
Basement.
sleeves
Shout
here.
out GMarie again.
Shout out the embroidery. Enchanted Solez. Talk a little bit about that. That's a little business that I started up a couple of years ago. Dennis and I we've been doing a few sneaker shows, just moving around, trying to get just a little established on like buy, sell, trade kicks.
I mean, we've been doing it since we were 14.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
we've
It's
been doing it for a while. So
it's more of like love.
It's more like not something to make money, but more just like shit that we enjoy doing.
Yeah, that culture, that community, being around those people, just talking kicks.
Yeah, being
you know what
around
I mean? It's
dope
like car
people.
guys. You know what I mean? You're just
Yeah.
talking about different shoes, different releases, different fashion. Like, it's just nice to have common interests with people and being
100%.
able to do that.
Yeah, no, but this is GMarie boho basement. Shout out Enchanted Solez.
Shout out to Super Women of Buffalo. Put 'em
Follow
on.
Enchanted Solez on Instagram. Might have something for you on there. But I don't know. I mean, just I got some jeans on. Got some just some basic kicks here. I don't know if we could get those in the shot.
Yep.
The Bordeaux 7s.
Bordeaux
my
7s,
Grail
if you
shoe.
didn't know. He has 27 pairs of them.
Just, all around comfortable, great shoe.
There's
Love the
20
aesthetic.
brand new pairs that he
Um,
just stares at and,
Fun here.
and drools on.
I
if
actually
you
take
didn't
these
know.
off for you guys so you can check them out a little bit. But
Why do you love this shoe? Tell him.
Dude,
Tell him, bro.
I just
This has
look
been
at
your
it.
favorite shoe for the longest time.
It's just it's a beautiful kick.
And
man.
not to like stunt. The dude's got like
Nah,
kicks.
It ain't even like
He's
that.
got kicks.
It's just, you know.
He's not going to tell you he's got kicks.
You find what you love in life and you stick to it. I just love the shoe. It's like I said earlier, you know, I'm big on the dark colors. Just all around comfortable shoe. That's like my favorite thing about it.
I think my favorite thing about the Bordeaux 7s is that tongue is different on every single pair.
I was gonna get into that.
Crazy.
It's so unique.
That
Every
shit
pair
is
of
crazy.
shoes, there's a different pattern on the tongues here, even in the left and rights. These are the 2011 pair. They got the gray midsole instead of the black ones that came out.
He's got every year.
2015.
All
they
of
came
them.
out when they released them. But I'm still working on getting an original pair from '92.
That's the only ones he doesn't have.
So hopefully one day we can pull those out. So.
I don't see why not. I don't see why not.
Yeah. No, great shoe, man. Love the
yeah,
Jordan.
absolutely.
Shout out Muggle Jordan and Jordan Brand.
For me,
Let's hear it.
you already know we got the boy in my most toxic relationship I've ever been in.
Yeah.
In my entire life. We're not gonna get into it. You could talk to your uncle or whoever the hell you want to talk about, bitch about the Bills, your coworker, whoever the fuck. Honestly, there's too many people that talk about the Bills, so I'm just gonna skip right over it. J. Cole, this is for you. 2 shows in Buffalo. If you want to come hang out at Emerge, come hang out
you guys
with
are more
me,
than welcome.
Rich, and
We got plenty
Bobby.
of Loganberry vodka.
We have plenty of Loganberry vodka.
Shout out
We
Uncle
can
Hearts.
shoot this shit. Let's just
J.
hang
Cole
out.
seems like a Loganberry vodka kind of guy.
J. Cole seems like a very down-to-earth guy.
Right,
and
you could see just hanging around like
but I feel
Drake.
the
You
same
can't
way
just hang
towards-
around with, but
I
J.
just-
Cole
I'm-
seems like a guy you could just hang around
Yeah,
with.
like we could just kick it in the hood, and he'd be like, "Yo, like."
I don't know though.
we're
I feel
vibing
like I
right
can
now.
hang out with Drake and not feel that certain type of way.
I feel like if I'm with Drake, I gotta
Give me
be
a
on my A
passion
game.
fruit cocktail. No, I don't gotta be on my A
I gotta
game.
be like dapper down. I gotta have a fresh
So,
cut.
all right, you say
I gotta
he-
smell
You say he
delightful.
comes in here, right? He's got a show in February. Anything could happen.
Yeah.
You gotta dress down. He's coming in here. I'm probably wearing the sweats.
What am I wearing?
Shit. I ain't wearing
I don't
nothing
even know.
different.
I don't even know what I'm wearing.
Probably wear some GMarie.
Yeah.
Maybe some by a guy.
Probably.
You should wear what you would normally wear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wouldn't feel.
He's
any,
not
I wouldn't
Jesus.
feel any,
Just
honest-
wear whatever you
He's not
want.
Jesus.
Wear whatever you want. Like I don't like. I'm.
He
I'm
does shout
people
out
always
Niagara Falls
ask
and
me like,
Buffalo,
though.
like, he
do you
does
ever
fuck
like?
with
Have you ever
Talking
met
about
anybody
Buffalo a lot.
famous and stuff? Like I just don't really want to.
Yeah.
I feel like it would be just a disappointment. Like there are people I would love to meet that professionals
Yeah.
within certain industries. Like there's a couple actors that I would like to meet, but they're never the big star. They're always like that other guy, that working actor or that working filmmaker. There's
Yeah.
guys that like like I feel connected to because we're the same age and like
You got
they
stuff
tell
you
the
could
type of stories
relate
I like to
about.
tell. But just to meet a famous person, like if I met, like I have no interest in meeting like a football player. Like I can't think of a football player.
We've been blessed to meet a couple.
Like, I
football
don't know,
players
like,
on the
Yeah,
Bills.
I'm-
shout out to the Buffalo Bills.
Well,
man.
that's cool. I mean,
come
they
to
seem
some
like they
sneaker
really
swap
enjoy
shows.
being in
Normal
Buffalo.
guys.
That's what
Shout
I
out
don't want to
Sneaker
meet
Swap.
anybody
Normal
that thinks that
guys.
they're so freaking special.
Shout out my
Like,
cousin
There are-
Vintage.
There are
You know?
some that definitely think that they're a little above.
Yeah, I mean that's
Absolutely.
just that's what happens when you get to
I feel like that would be
level.
that would be a big letdown. I'm a huge Drake fan. I mean Lil Wayne's my goat. You know that.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I would
Yeah,
rather
easy.
meet a musician probably than, like, I
Like a
think
famous athlete.
maybe than anything else. Like
Yeah.
any other celebrity, like
Yeah.
a sports star. I'm a big soccer guy, so I probably would like. There's a few soccer players I would like to meet, professional soccer players. I think that'd be fun to talk to. But I wouldn't want to talk to them about soccer.
You
I
could
want to
never
talk
meet
about
Leo
other
Messi.
shit.
That guy's
Like, well, he can't speak
godly.
English, so I couldn't even have a conversation with that. And I think he's autistic, so I don't even know what I was talking about. So like,
No,
I don't think you
honestly,
can because
being
everybody
autistic is
knows him.
thing
Like
these
they
days.
said, you
Richard's
can't talk
fucking
to him. Like,
autistic. Jesus
he's so off. He's like a genius. Like it's like meeting like Einstein.
Yeah.
What do you talk to Einstein
Elon
about?
Musk.
Like,
Yeah.
so
But
how
I
come
feel
you're
like
so
What the fuck
great?
am I gonna
Like,
talk to
I
Elon
feel-
Musk about?
I
Yeah,
feel
like
nice
meeting,
Tesla,
I
bro.
feel
Yeah.
like meeting
Thanks for
Kanye
ruining
would
Twitter.
also
Yeah, I know,
be,
right?
like the same.
What
You
the
know what
fuck
I mean?
is X?
Kanye, Elon Musk, like those type of guys are
Yeah.
just so beyond their own.
I want to meet regular people, and I feel like
Yeah.
musicians are more
Yeah.
regular people because
Yeah.
it's harder for them.
I would just like to think that like people like Drake and J. Cole are still somewhat
I
grounded.
want to touch on something real quick about J. Cole. I don't know if this is a fact or fiction, but I heard that when he was recording the Pretty Little Fears video
Pretty Little Fears, he was here.
with
was here.
Black,
He was here.
he was
was
in
at,
downtown Niagara
He
Falls.
was at the old.
Oh, yeah.
Black
Yeah.
was at the old Niagara Falls.
Yeah,
High
they
School.
filmed that. They
Yeah.
filmed that video in the old gym at Niagara Falls High
Yeah,
School.
which is
Because someone
so
showed me
close
this
to
And at
video.
Woodlawn Beach.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
where they were
so close on.
like somebody called me when that video came out like that day because they knew I worked at the old high school and they're like, "Have you seen the video?" And they sent me the link and I watched it. I'm like, "That's the old Niagara Falls High School."
Yeah. without a
I'm
doubt.
like,
You
I go,
know right
that's
off the top of your
that's
head,
the side of the Niagara Falls High School gym that's a long portage road.
Dude, right around the corner. J. Cole was right around the corner.
And
from
nobody
your
knew,
house,
like
from your
nobody
house.
knew that like that was going on. Besides, like I ended up calling my friend who worked at the NAC at the time, and she's like, "Yeah, some guy came in and filmed it." Like she didn't even know.
So
They didn't even
low-key.
know who was in the
Probably thought he
building.
was a
They
local.
they'd never heard of him.
Probably
Like
thought he
they'd
was a
never heard
local.
of him.
Probably
Like
was like, oh
Well,
yeah,
dude,
just
because-
some local rapper. Like
He's
no,
so
no.
fucking chill. Like he doesn't.
See, that's what I mean. Like, I think
New York
I think
City.
musicians are more ground. Like musicians are pretty cool.
He sticks
like
to his
they,
roots.
They
Like, he just-
support. Like they really like to support other artists, which I think is like you see that so much more with like filmmakers, somewhat maybe not actors, but like filmmakers. And I think musicians are much more. They're very much about like like. What is that guy doing or what's that girl doing? Because I want to I like that vibe and I want to like see what they're doing and like see how it affects me. Like I think like
Yeah.
musicians are really cool that
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, he seems like a super down to earth guy. He don't care about the fame and the jewelry and the bling. Like, he just likes to do what he loves and he makes fire shit.
Yeah.
And
I
like,
think honestly, like to go back to Drake, I think like I feel like he's so in touch with street and like just urban demographic and like how like where the game's going and how he evolves.
Drake's always 10 steps ahead. That's
10
the thing about
steps
Drake.
ahead, bro.
Like, he's just like a once in a
I mean, we don't have to give our flowers to two of the goats, but like
Yeah.
we're gonna give the
I
flowers.
just feel like
you guys deserve it.
I just feel like J. Cole is like so different than anybody else out there.
Storytell
like, for being,
rapper.
He's such a great storyteller, just like Nas. Shout out to Nas. I love Nas. But dude, he don't flex. Like, he don't got to. He
No.
flexes in his raps,
No.
but he's not that.
I think
He's
his
not that kinda
raps
guy that's
make
gonna-
him prolific. Like
Yeah.
he puts him to
Without a
that
doubt.
next level. You
Without
know
a
what I mean?
doubt.
And I think that when you look at Drake, it's like longevity. Like it's like
We've never seen nothing like that.
No, you've made. It's like LeBron. It's
We've
like
never
watching
seen nothing
LeBron
like that.
and in the NBA. Like it's just like I feel like you have to just appreciate your goats and just appreciate the
You
time
got
that you're
to.
in.
Nobody's perfect, man, but you gotta appreciate greatness when you see it.
Absolutely.
Bottom line.
Um,
But shout out J. Cole, because he'll pull up in sweats and like some beat AF ones.
and some maybe a Dover Street Market hoodie. Like
Maybe.
yo, J. Cole, Drake, come on the pod.
Yeah, we'll buy you
eat
guys wings.
We'll
I
eat
will buy you
wings,
guys
We'll
wings.
drink some Hartmans. Like I whatever you want.
Whatever you want.
I know Drake's been on this passion fruit shit. Like we'll make you something.
I got the
We'll make you
rhythm,
something.
my boy.
But for the rest of my outfit, I just got I got Bills and Pigeon collab sweats on, and then
Yeah, let's see what you got on feet there, boy.
bro,
Let me see what you work with.
what the P rods? What the P rods? I
Stop
only wear
playing.
these. I only wear these shoes when something important is going on. They've only been worn a handful of times.
Beautiful shoe.
I've worn them to all of our Enchanted Solez events. Shout out to Sneaker Schwab. Shout out to My Cuzin Vintage. They got another event going on in Pittsburgh, I
Yep.
believe.
Second event in Pittsburgh for Sneaker
Yeah,
Swap.
second
We love
event
you
in
guys.
Pittsburgh.
You guys
We've been-
always support
What
us.
we've been to 4?
Yeah,
We've been to
four
4.
shows.
We've been to 4 shows.
We've been taking it a little light this year. You know, a lot of stuff
A little
going
bit,
on in our
right?
lives.
Yeah,
but
obviously we got this going on.
Yeah, shout out to Sneaker Swap, My Cuzin Vintage. You guys are awesome.
And if you have the opportunity to go, and maybe not even as a vendor, but if you could just go as a guest,
Yeah, go check it out.
go check it
See
out.
what
It's
the
a great
vibe's all
event
about.
that they put on, and they really know what they're doing. It's a great community event. Another story about these shoes. We were coming back from our trip to Nashville. There was about 12 of us.
Amazing trip.
We've had the same group of
Everybody
friends
knows what
since we
happened on
were.
that trip.
Yeah, everyone knows what happens, especially Dispo. If you don't know about Dispo,
See you at 9
download
a.m.
It will see you at 9 a.m. And that's all I'm gonna say to you. But the 12 people that we were with, great people. We've been with the same friends for over 10, 12 years.
Shit, I don't even know how old am I now.
You're 25.
Yep.
We've been friends since we were 9.
Yeah, 16 years.
So
in the
16
making.
years. And we have, I mean, every one of our group,
Great trip.
every one of our
You
group
can't
came
make-
with
you
us.
can't-
It was great.
You can't make it up.
No, it'll be memories for the rest of our lives. But while I was on my way, because as people know, there's no direct flights there may be direct flights now, but at least before there wasn't any direct flights from Nashville to Buffalo. So I stopped at O'Hare and I was on my own, and I happened to meet Brittany Griner in the Chicago sky.
What airport was this at?
This was at O'Hare. This was at
Chicago?
O'Hare. This was at Chicago O'Hare. Crazy experience. Met the whole Chicago sky. I was sitting at a terminal waiting for my gate to be ready because there was like a.
Were you by yourself?
I was alone. And
Because we ended up leaving like 2 days before, I think you and Dawson.
yeah, you guys left a little early.
And Benny. Benny was
Yeah,
there too.
and Benny left a little. Yeah, and no, I left with Benny and
Oh, you guys had different layovers.
and Dawson. We had different layovers. But I met up with her, and it was so cool because like I was like, hey, like. I'm not gonna lie. Like prior to, I was looking up the roster because I had to look up these girls' names. But I asked like the one that like she was a bench player, and I asked if I could get a picture with all of them. And Brittany Griner came over, and she was like, "What size do you wear?" And I was like 11 and a half. And she was like, "Fuck, I wear size 14." And
Did she want to like?
I don't
take
know
your
if she
shoe?
wanted
What did
to
she
buy.
wanna
I don't know
do?
if she wanted to buy the shoes. I've done that before. I've sold shoes off.
Did you get
my
her
feet.
autograph?
I did not get an autograph. I got a picture though. I did get a picture,
Okay.
and it was nice. But it was really cool. She told me she had a size 14 shoe, and then immediately, I don't know if I'm sick. I might be sick.
You are sick.
I am sick. The first
I
thing
think
I
you're
thought
sick
of-
because I know where this is going.
Yeah,
This is
the
not-
first thing I thought of was sucking on that fucking size 14. That fucking knuckle of a big toe.
Jesus.
I don't know why. I'm sorry. But I just thought about the fucking massive big toe that I have
sorry,
to.
Brittany.
I
You're
have to
great
deep
basketball
And you got to think
It's
too,
a
like
pleasure.
she's an athlete, so they're not like
Those
you know.
feet aren't
those
nice.
feet
Those
are not
feet are not
pedicured.
like
They
you.
don't got
you
white
you
toes,
played
so-
hockey, right? Like, you're a sports
I played
guy.
hockey a little bit. Yeah,
Your
absolutely.
feet, like, they were beat to shit,
Beat to
right?
shit.
And
Like
this guy
my
was a
sons,
catcher his whole
my
life.
sons
Yeah,
are like
catcher,
soccer
yeah.
players, and their feet were just gross.
destroyed.
And I remember like
Your
they would
toes are
have, you know,
fucking
like
crooked
yeah,
and
like
shit,
yeah, like
like-
they're all broken and like
got
you know,
bunions.
like
There's no way that she's got
fractures
white
and
toes.
they're all scabby and like that. And so and women like got to have the same, you know.
Sure, yeah, they got.
Like,
I mean,
crap
I don't know
on
about
their-
you, man. But
Yeah,
size
so
14, I don't know. I'm a little scared.
Was this pre
big-
arrest?
You said,
Was this before she got
Oh my
arrested?
God, I forgot
I
about
forgot
that.
about that too.
So this must have been before that.
This was
This was
before
before
that.
that. It was
This-
before
we're,
that.
We're thinking like circa 2021.
yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah, because that just
Summer
happened like a year
2021
ago.
We went there.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure Sky Diggs was on our team.
Oh my God, she did get arrested after that
Yeah,
in Russia, right?
bro, it was crazy.
Yeah,
Bro,
that's where you don't
Guys,
get arrested.
Don't bring drugs to Russia. Okay.
Just don't bring
Just-
drugs anywhere.
just don't.
Just fucking.
In
bring
her
it
defense, I believe
legal.
she was using it like it wasn't like she had like a bag of weed. Like she was
She had
using
like a little oil pen.
she had
Yeah,
like
she had a
she
pen.
uses it and she uses it medically
Yeah.
for
Yeah, no
anxiety
judgment
and
for that.
depression
You know,
and
weed's
things like
legal
that.
here.
You know,
we love weed.
and but they wanted to, you know, obviously
I'll be the first to say it.
they wanted to
love
arrest a celebrity. You know,
Yeah, they wanted to arrest a celebrity.
Well,
I wonder if they asked her about
she's
her
home
big,
now.
if-
and
I
she's-
wonder if they asked if they
she's
could suck
good.
her big toe. I was wondering.
Yeah.
You sucking toes or either of you, or is it just me?
I don't know.
Am I alone on this
You're-
one?
I think
dude,
you're alone
I'm a
on
weird
this.
one.
You're a trooper if
I
you're
can't
sucking
have
a
dairy
size
and I
14.
suck toes. Welcome to
You can fit
Pacemaker.
that. Can you fit that big toe in your mouth?
Yeah, what's the scale on that, right?
I mean,
Is that a
That's like-
woman's
you see
14 or
this
a
mic
men's?
right here?
That's
I
like
can
what's
definitely
a
put it in my
knuckle?
mouth.
You're a sneaker guy. What's a women's 14 versus a men's? Like, because
I
women's
used to-
sizes are different than
Fun
men's, right?
fact,
Well, let's
I
see.
used to wear a 14 and a half, and then I lost a ton
Yeah,
of
this
weight, and
dude
now I wear
fucking
11 and a half.
This dude lost like
Probably 45
he's got
pounds.
new feet. I don't even
I
know
have
what
new
happened.
feet. I got new feet.
Let me
I know
get-
what a 14 and a half looks
Let me get
like.
some of them old kicks you got laying around.
I'm not going to lie to you, though. My big toe does have a knuckle. And I can make a
I'm not
full
sucking the
fist.
size 14. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
See, I don't.
Grace is like a 10, so or 9.5. I think that's good enough.
Is that the max you're sucking? Size 10?
I can't speak on that.
I think if you're over a 14, I can't suck your toes
Oh
no
my
more.
god, 14. I'm a 13.
There's no way.
And I
Ah.
don't know, that's scary.
Her leg's probably taller than me,
Yeah.
right? And Brittany Griner, like
But
she's
isn't that kind of hot?
Like,
I don't know. Just a little.
I think there's a point where it's okay.
Or is
Little
it just
tall's
scary?
good, but now it's like
Tall
now
is
it's way
attractive.
too
Yo,
tall.
nice legs.
Now
are
it's way
attractive,
too tall,
but
right?
It's like, okay, now I feel like fucking. I'm scared. I'm worried.
You're worried.
I'm worried.
Yeah.
I don't belong here.
I mean, listen. If
Do you
they're-
want to beat? Do you
As
want to
long as
date
there's
someone
no
that
hair
you
on
know
themselves.
without a doubt could just kick your ass? Like, right? She can
Okay,
kick your
so,
ass.
Listen, I'm not
Right?
trying to bring up old shit, but I did date a black belt, and she could probably beat my ass,
Yeah.
and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, it's
You-
not
you
whether
know.
just size,
I'm
technique.
confident. I'm a confident
speed.
man. Like, if
Just-
you could beat my ass successfully, like,
You can have it.
like
You can have it.
I'm tipping my hat. Like, I
But,
don't.
hey, shout out to the women. Shout out to the black belts.
Shout out to all the black belts. Shout out to all the women.
We
Just
love
all the
you.
women out there. We love
you. You guys are
We're
amazing.
built off of good
You
women.
guys make the world
Shout
go
out Pretty
round.
Paula and shout out Marisa.
Shout
like
out.
they,
Shout out moms.
Yeah,
They'll
shout
be
out
on the
moms.
pod
they
one
will
day.
be on the pod. And we
Oh,
talked
we
about
have to
this.
get your mother on
We
the
talked
pod.
Gotta get
about
them on the
this.
pod.
We gotta get both of them on the pod.
Hey, Drake, I mean, if you want to come
Bring your
to the
mom.
mom
Bring your
pod,
mom.
you
Bring
can
your
bring
mom
your
on
mom.
the pod.
Like, we'll get her champagne.
See, I would
my
much
God,
rather
that would
meet
be
a
so
celebrity's
cool.
mother.
That would be so.
Because wouldn't that be
cool?
cool to meet Drake's mom?
Yo,
Dude,
who-
if Drake
yeah,
and
or
his
like
mom,
fucking.
is J. Cole's mom still alive?
I hope so.
God willing, that would be so cool to have all them on the same pod. My mom would freak out. Are you kidding me? She loves Drake. She fucking loves Drake. She goes, I don't even know
Who
what to do
doesn't?
right now.
Who doesn't like Drake though? Like, there's just something like so likable about Drake.
Yeah,
He's
it's
just
Whether
like-
it's just his personality in terms of what he's done, his music alone, like there's lots of different reasons why you can appreciate certain artists.
Yeah, and I think it's like the longevity. It's like how he has adapted to time. Like his adaptation
He's just
to time.
always ahead of the game.
Like,
He's
I,
always
like
out of his ga-
the,
always
the
out of
artist
his
I
game.
really liked and he passed was Mac Miller. I really liked
Yeah,
Mac
no,
Miller.
Mac-
and I
R.I.P. Mac.
like that's a guy that I would like to have met because I liked like he has a
Or Juice. I love Juice WRLD. I don't know
yeah.
if you're
Juice WRLD
familiar
was
with
another
Yeah,
one. Like
yeah, we
I-
seen-
like
You saw him.
We seen
You
Juice
saw
WRLD at Riverworks
yeah,
in
like
Buffalo.
my son had like he went to that concert. He still wears the t-shirt that he got,
Yeah.
the sweatshirt whatever he got.
Yo,
from that.
sick. I mean, shout out Juice, man. Too young.
I had a.
But Mac Miller had that song "Blue World," which was
Yeah.
Four Freshmen, like inspired, like the Four Freshmen sang, and that was my dad's favorite band. And like because of COVID and stuff, like the plan was whenever we had a chance to go see their grandfather, we were going to come over and play him Mac Miller,
Right.
so he could like the first 30 seconds of that Blue World is
Is
it's the Four
sample
Freshmen
of the
song.
Four Freshmen,
And I'm
yeah.
like, and I thought that would have just been such a cool conversation to have. Like, my dad would have
Absolutely.
loved that.
Yeah.
We never got to do it, but it was like just, and then the singer passed away. Like, and it was just like, man, it's just like so. But I
Yeah,
just think
it hit
like,
hard.
because I want to meet, like, I want to know why. Where'd you get that from? Like, what were your influences? Like, were you listening to your grandfather, and like that was the stuff he listened to? Like, I just want to know those stories.
Yeah,
like, I
it's-
think with music you get that so much more
Yeah.
than so many other types of entertainment.
And it's crazy how also music can put you in a time and place. Like if you have an impact in a song or an album and it's time related, it could almost time travel you. Like it could just bring you
30
back
years, you're going to be
100%.
listening to a lot of the same music. You'll have
Yeah.
new influences,
Yeah.
but you're going to be listening to the same stuff that you listen to now.
Yeah.
Just like your grandfather listens to whether it was Sinatra or whatever that he likes. I still listen to a lot of that. I was with my friend yesterday, who's who's 20. And we were discussing some of the artists that I like, and I was talking about how much I like, bands from the 80s, like my big three tribunal bands from the 80s, which I still think are great. But I think a lot of it is that transformation where it sends you back to time, like, and there's just like, it's like comfort food.
Yeah.
That's that
Yeah.
hybrid
It's that
school that we were
nostalgic
talking about.
feeling that it's something that you have personally that can't be taken away from you. And that's for everybody. Like you have that moment in time where you had like a favorite song and it just brings you right back to that memory.
Yeah,
It's
all
a,
built
it's
off
a
of
beautiful
memories.
thing, man. Like it really is.
I mean, we're all built off of memories and storytelling.
That's
Like,
it.
that's all we got.
That's it.
Like that's all you can.
you gotta
take.
live in the present the best way you can, but that's what it's all about.
Well, my quote is, and I used this when my dad passed in his eulogy, like I closed it with this. It was like, we're all stories in the end, so let's just make it a good one. Like that's
Damn,
a quote
that's a
from
really
something.
good quote.
And that was my dad. Like my dad was like let's have a good time.
Yeah.
And I try to, to this day, like, my whole life I always try to be inspired by that. But yeah, like it is like people are sometimes so nervous about this and that or just go out and do it. Just go out and have a good time doing it. And if it doesn't work out, try something else. But like you got to like, and I mean, like for me, like this is such a joy to have new guys, young guys that like have like goals and they're not. Some traditional thing like my 401k. Like it's more like you want to accomplish something.
Fuck that 401k.
Like,
spend that money.
Like,
401k.
Like spend it
right
like,
now.
Go to Portugal. Like fuck the 401k.
Yeah.
Like and I appreciate that about like my own sons. Like go and have experiences. Go do something.
Yeah, take
and
risks.
and it's exciting. And I love every one of these podcasts that I do because like I get different perspectives and I feel like it keeps me young. And it keeps me thinking about like even like I'm 56, but my journey's not done. I got a long way to go, and I want that. I want to keep trying new things. So thank you, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
A little thin here, but other than that,
No, you look good, Rich.
No, appreciate it. No, you guys are great. I think this is really cool. So
it's all about the collagen. You guys know about that. Get on the collagen.
I refuse. I refuse any of that. I'm not getting any I'm not. We're like like those guys, like these people that get their lips, the girls that get women getting out, they get their lips. Like people that are like way too young are getting shit put into their faces and they look stupid.
Yeah, don't be doing all
I
that.
agree.
Just age, like
I think just take it
Like
how
wine.
it is. Enjoy it how it is.
Yeah, definitely.
Because if you cheat that aging system, it's gonna end up being like milk.
Yeah.
You're gonna age like milk.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. You
Just
never
stay
know.
out of the sun. That's the
Yeah.
While
that's
we're
the
on the
best thing you
topic,
can do.
Botox though.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
actually,
December
okay.
15th.
December 15th, not your grandmother's holiday market, 1 Seneca Street, December 15th, 2023, 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. 50 plus amazing vendors, tattoos, food, drink specials, samples, prizes, Botox, adoptable puppies, BB's Bingo. I mean, there's almost everything. Your girl,
You're not gonna miss it. If you can't find something at this show, then I don't know what to tell you.
Shout out
guys.
GMarie.
They're
She's
gonna run out
doing
of
it with
puppies,
BB's
I
Bingo, and there's one more.
I don't want to mess it up and say
Don't
this.
wanna mess up
There's
the name.
3 of them doing it.
There's
Shout out
3
to all of them.
Shout out to all 3
They're
of them.
doing a great thing.
And honestly, it's a Friday. It's December 15th. It's 5 to 10. You're not doing shit.
You're not.
Go
It's
out to
fucking
1
freezing
Seneca
outside.
1.
Big
go
event.
have a good time. Go enjoy yourself. Bring your loved ones. Get a little drunk. And go buy
Exactly.
some shit from local
Shirtless
people.
firemen. You guys
They're
want to see
wrapping your
shirtless
presents
firemen.
shirtless with the suspenders. And I
Come
know
on.
you all want to see that.
And dogs. I mean,
And shout out to BB's Bingo. Bianca, she was my babysitter. She was my
shout out
babysitter.
Bianca.
Shout out to Bianca, my babysitter, that taught me how to blow bubbles with my hands. That's one thing that I could take away and tell you that she taught me how to do, and she used to do it with my cousin Tiffany and Tiffany Palmieri and John Palmieri. Hopefully we'll have you guys on soon. We would love to have you guys talk about the business and everything that you guys have done together. But listen, guys. This is Pacemaker, and this is the first episode.
Pacemaker,
of
Heartbeat of
a lot,
Buffalo.
Well done, guys.
Many.
Well done.
So thank you.
We're looking
and
forward to
we'll
more
see
pods
you guys
coming.
soon. So shout out, and we'll see you guys soon. Later.